Welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be discussing wiper blade inserts and how we are going to make a pick out of them. This is the second video in the mini-series on making picks. And when you first get your wiper blade, it is going to look somewhat like this. Windshields are curved, so naturally the metal inside is going to be curved. What you are going to want to do is very gently go against that curve, and I like to roll it back and forth like this. Start working out that curve. You're not trying to bend the metal in half, just work it back and forth. That way you start working that curve out. If you have a particular spot that you're having issues with, you can go ahead and get closer in there, give it a little more force, and you'll slowly start to get that curve worked out. So take your time with this. No reason to She-Hulk or Hulk it. Just go ahead and work it out slowly. As you see, we have worked out the majority of that curve. We could keep on going with it, but we already have a piece right here ready to go. So let's go ahead, and now that we have our flat piece of windshield wiper insert, let's talk about pick size. My favorite pick at this moment is the Southord short hook. This one's part of the slimline selection, and if we take a closer look at this, we will see that the overall length of the pick is about 4 3/4 of an inch long. And for our viewers that deal in metrics, I will place that right here. But we wanted to know about the length of your favorite pick, or if you're just starting out, 4 3/4 seems to be a relatively good size when you're picking. So we're going to take our pick blank and we're going to mark out actually 5 inches on the pick blank. That way we have room to remove extra material as we are shaping our pick. When you're looking at your pick blank, you're going to notice that you have these little divots cut out of the material already when you removed it from the wiper blade. This is good for planning in the event that you may want to throw a handle onto this pick after you're done. Once you make your wiper blade insert pick, you don't have to put a handle on it, but thickening it up a little bit will give you a little more control as you're picking with this. So you can mark this with a razor and just scratch in here, a nail, anything sharp, or you can apply some masking tape to one side of the pick and then measure out and mark where you're going to cut. This little tang right here, I'm going to plan on chopping that off. So right before or right after the tang, I'm going to go ahead and place my ruler there and make a mark. So we know right there is where we are going to cut in order to go ahead and shorten down our stock and then continue prepping to place our design onto it, and we will have a pick in a matter of no time. Now that we have our pick blank marked out, I'm going to go ahead and grab my rotary tool. The rotary tool that I will be using today is the PRT 100 from Ryobi. The reason why I am using this rotary tool versus the one that I featured in the first video is because of the portability of this. I don't have to worry about having a plug near me. I just simply attach a battery to it and I'm good to go. I already have our cutting wheel hooked up. Now, when you are using a cutting wheel, this is spinning at a very high rate of speed, so you want to let the wheel do the work and don't force it through your cut. Take your time. It will eventually get there. If you start forcing it, you risk the chance of either the wheel getting snagged into your material and stopping the blade, or the blade itself just shattering into a bunch of tiny pieces. This is a good time now to go ahead and grab your safety glasses and put those on. I wear glasses normally, so I have safety rated lenses in my glasses already, along with the side pieces to keep shrapnel from going through the sides of the glasses. The other thing that I'm going to be using for this is the same vise that I use to pick locks from. This is a cheap vise that I picked up at Harbor Freight. Whenever I start out on a new venture, tools can always be expensive. Harbor Freight is a good source for these tools. You could probably also pick this up off of Amazon, but they had this in stock, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I'm going to remove the little rubber pads that come with it because we don't want to damage those. And one really nice thing about this vise is it does have these grooves. These grooves come in really handy when you are holding your blank material, and we'll just go ahead and put that in here now. As you're setting this up and everything, you want to be close to the jaws, but you don't want to be directly on top of the jaws. Just in case your tool slips, you could hit your jaws and nick them up, and we're just not going to mess with that. I'm going to also adjust this a little bit to where it's more vertical, and might as well just lock it down. So we are not going anywhere. It is a nice sturdy workstation now. As you saw, I shook the entire work desk and the camera as well. The reason why I want to put this into a vise is when cutting material, you always either want to control the material itself or control the tool. You can do this with one hand. There's always, once again, that possibility that the tool or material deflects and you run a risk of cutting yourself. So mounting it into the vise really is going to reduce that possibility. So let's just go ahead and jump into this, and let's go ahead and turn that off. If your rotary tool has variable speeds, go ahead and set it to the maximum speed while you're cutting. Like I said, you're just going to allow the tool to do the work. Now that we've cut through our material, you can see that we didn't go all the way through, but with a simple twist, we have our first blank for our pick. In the next episode, we will finish prepping the pick blank, so make sure if you're not subscribed to hit that button and the bell to be notified. Catch you in the next episode.